Well, I'm on my way to the field today, and I couldn't drive by this spot without stopping. I'm at the very historic Watt House, the ground zero for the Gaines Mill battle. I grew up about 3/4 of a mile from here, and I used to ride my pony up here to the Watt House, would walk across the property to Relic hunt the Adams farm, which is just over beyond those trees. I remember not appreciating the permission that I had. I realize now that people were driving from all over the country to have an opportunity to hunt at a place like this. And when I was young, I could walk here, man. I think we might have some wind issues today. Got a target here that doesn't sound fantastic by any means. I think I'm down below the plow line, man. Whatever it is, I'm hitting it. All right, it's a piece of iron junk, I think. Yep. The only thing I can tell you for sure is this. If the Federals did camp here, this place has been hit hard, because I'm not finding it. Okay, so I just now finished saying if the Federals camped here, it's been hit hard because I haven't found anything. And then I just got a signal that sounds like old lead. Still sounds pretty daggone bullety to me. People talk about hunting battlefields and that's all you really hear about. But both from official records and from soldiers' diaries, we know that the time that a soldier spent in battle was a minuscule fraction of the time he spent in the service. He didn't spend much time at all on the battlefield compared to all the time he spent in camp, marching, drilling, just getting from one battlefield to the other. Right there, yep, and there's a bullet. That is a dropped 3-ring bullet, fairly shallow. This one sounds like a bullet, but something about it I'm not sure I like. Yep, and it's modern junk. Is that a shotgun shell? It is, I think. This sounds like it could be a Civil War bullet. It looks like a bullet. I think it is. Oh yeah. All right, so another dropped 3-ringer, and we're finding some evidence now. So maybe the local legend has some truth to it. All right, we got something going on right here. I'm getting multiple signals. All right, now that we got the hole opened up, it does sound better. Uh-oh, do I see green? Oh yeah. The heck is we got here? This is one of the few signals of the day where I feel kind of confident in what it is. And this one sounds right. Yeah, it sounds even better now. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a bullet. See that white right there? Yeah, there we go. Another 3-ringer. Looks dropped to me. All right, so there's number 3 today. I did kiss it with the digger. Another signal here that sounds somewhat promising. Uh-oh, look at that. You see what I see, don't you? Some old brick. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good signal. Appears to be another drop 3-ringer. So we're getting into something here now. Got a handful. Next step is a pocket full. I'm hearing a whisper of a signal in that hole with my machine. Nothing on my pinpointer. But on the outside chance that we are in a camp, I don't want to take a chance on missing some deeper targets. So I'm going to open this hole up a little bit. Uh-oh. Look what I see. Same hole as the bullet. And I see some glass. The head of my machine is resting on top of the hole I just covered up. Dug a pretty big hole looking and found a little glass and a bullet. So 16 inches away right there, I'm getting another signal. And so if that's a bullet, does that look like a bullet to you? Sure looks like one to me. Okay. There's another drop 3 ringer. Some black powder corrosion on it. Black powder corrosion tells me that there's usually multiple bullets that have been laying in there together all these years. Let's take another listen. Oh yeah. All right, so there's a little piece of melted lead. The plot thickens. Some glass right there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, boys and girls. Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe we got something here. I'm hearing multiple signals. All right, got a very defined signal right there. And then another very defined signal right there. And there it is. All right, there it is. All right, there's the next one. I've moved about 6 feet and got another good signal here. All right, right there. Let's see if we got another bullet. Right there. Black powder corroded. Nice to be able to consistently dig Civil War targets. 60 years of relic hunters finding so much of it. All right, oh, there it is. I stopped just in time. There's the next one. This sounds more irony to me. Half a horseshoe. Yeah, that might be a mule shoe right there. Half a mule shoe, I think. This sounds deep. I'm about to be run over by a combine. It still intrigues me to think that that bullet has been laying in that spot for 160 years, waiting for me to come along and dig it out. There it is. Another bullet. All right, there's number next. We're close, maybe an inch away. So maybe it was a camp. Anyway, this is a strange signal here. We're getting a large signal here, like a foot across. Whatever's in there sounds good. And there's another bullet. All right, so there's the next 3 ringer. All right, sure enough, we do have another signal. Is that white bullet right? Yep, there she is. All right, there's 3 out of this hole. Maybe the tooth off of a combine. Modern shell casing. There, modern penny. Doggone you. I see green. Wrong kind of green. And that is a piece of aluminum. Hello, Honest Abe. Every hole is an education. Let's see what we might come up with here. Oh, that's a bullet, I think. I recognize the shape, yeah. Yeah, there's another one. That sounds pretty good. All right, I think I see a bullet. All right, that one was either mashed by farm equipment or fired. All right, got something in the hole here. What is that right there? Oh. All right. Little brass buckle. Got a signal here that doesn't sound old, but it does sound brass. Is that a button right there? It is a button. Military is the front there. No, it's just a button back. We got the right kind of green at the end of the day. I see green. Check this out. I was getting ready to cover the hole, and that might be the front of the button right there. And yeah, I can see an eagle on there. All right, so it came out in two pieces, but there's your Civil War eagle button off of a Union boy's coat. I think I just found a transitional form of pipe. Nice smoking pipe. Guys, I just dug a shallow bullet here, and I believe that is a very small caliber pistol bullet, and I believe that's period, maybe a 32 caliber boot pistol or something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Civil War period. That's not modern. I'm looking for that last hole of the day. Very small or very deep. Let's see. Looky there. Another 3-ringer. I don't know how many that makes. I've probably got 15 or 16 today. Tonight we're going to keep this little look back really brief. And if you're an experienced Civil War relic hunter, you can go ahead and skip to another video somewhere, because I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. But I want to speak for just a minute to those of you who may be new to relic hunting Civil War sites. First of all, remember that we think of Civil War soldiers always in battle. The truth of the matter is, it was a tiny fraction of time that these guys spent in actual pitched battle. Most of their time during the Civil War was spent either in camp, or drilling, or marching, or being taken from one place to the other for battles. And so we sell ourselves short if we only look on battlefields, because what you find on a battlefield and where you find it can tell you a lot about that battle. But hunting a campsite or a march route can tell you a lot more about the everyday life of the average Civil War soldier. So if you're new to this, I want to explain to you why a couple of times I got excited and widened the hole or deepened the hole or whatever. One of the reasons is finding glass. And whenever I find glass, I'm looking for more than just a bullet or two. And that happened because of a hunt many years ago when I got a bullet signal and I dug down. And as I was digging for the bullet, I found this piece of a whiskey bottle. And I knew that was a period bottle, a Civil War bottle. And so I thought, got a bullet here and I got a Civil War period whiskey bottle. Maybe I should, go a little deeper and check out and see what else is down there. So I dig down and I end up finding 249 bullets in the bottom of a hut site. I find brass buttons, eagle buttons, ceramic buttons, a clay pipe, an arrowhead, some leather, a suspender clip, bones, a fork. So now when I find glass in a hole when I'm going toward a bullet, I'm always thinking, is this the next one like that I'm going to find? The second reason I widened some of those holes and went a little deeper, even though I didn't have signals, is because of what I call black powder corrosion. You see a bullet and it looks corroded, it looks decayed. That's from that bullet laying in black powder. I'm going to show you some bullets here. The ones on the top row here are bullets that were found one at a time. By themselves, they just got dropped individually, and they didn't corrode or decay. Now take a close look at the bottom bullets on the bottom line. Do you see how corroded they look? Do you see how the lead is just decayed? That's because these bullets came from a grouping of bullets that got dropped together. Maybe that's 20, 25 bullets. Maybe that's hundreds of bullets. I know a guy who found 800 bullets in one hole, and they're usually heavily corroded like this because I don't know whether it's the sulfur or the saltpeter or what it is in that black powder, but it will decay lead. So when I find a bullet, especially if I find 2 in a hole, or like I did today, even 3 in a hole, and I find that corrosion, I'm thinking somewhere there's a big group of bullets. Now, maybe there was 20, 25 bullets down under the surface, and they stayed together for 100 years, and they got decayed and corroded like that, and a farmer comes along 100 years after the Civil War, and now he's got mechanized farming, and he's farming with a deep bottom plow. He strikes that pile and spreads them out, and that's what I found today. But what keeps me up at night is thinking, I found 18 bullets, but it was a whole lot more of them down there somewhere. And that's what I'm looking for. So I'm digging a little deeper. I'm widening the hole. I'm listening carefully and hoping I find another grouping of a couple of hundred bullets. And I would recommend that if you ever are digging a signal and you find a couple of nails, or you find glass, or you find multiple bullets in a hole, especially if they look corroded, go a little deeper, go a little wider. Take your time in that area. And if you don't find a cache, then start to make that hole the center and do a pinwheel. Just keep making your concentric circles bigger and bigger and bigger, and look for that pile of bullets. I'm glad you joined me today. It's really nice to get out somewhere and consistently find Civil War relics one after another all day. Would I have liked to have found some more brass, some more buttons, something even better? Of course I would. But in the absence of that, being able to dig bullet after bullet after bullet today, and occasionally pulling up a couple of other things like that little buckle or that heavily damaged eagle button, that was fun too. They said this was a federal camp, but it's not on any maps that I know of. I can't find anything listed of a camp being there. But the things we found today, I think suggest that there probably was a federal camp on this property. At the very least, I think it deserves a little more exploration next week. What do you think? I'm going back there, and I'm going to see what else I can find on this proposed campsite. And I hope you'll join me. Until then, subscribe to the Battlefield Walker channel if you haven't already. I'm the Battlefield Walker. Remember to be good and say your prayers.